There's recently an update on the Pi app. Pi is now functioning the .pi domain, and I'm sure you're probably wondering, what does this mean and how can it be beneficial to me? And I've seen a lot of questions concerning this on the internet, and hence I am making this video. So if you're part of those people that have been asking such questions, or you simply just want to know, then this video is the right place for you. Now, before we head into the main details of this, we should first of all know what a domain is and what it now means for Pi to be functioning a .pi domain. Now, everything at all, every web application or website that you see on the internet must have two things. They must have a domain name and a hosting, that is the place where they are hosted on. For instance, google.com is a domain name. So if you ask somebody now, or you want to go to Google, all I simply have to do is to tell you, or let me even give you a simple example. As I'm making this content right now, if someone wants to address me or ask, who is this guy? You tell the person, he is Tonio's Tech. So you can say Tonio's Tech is my domain name. So every web application or website on the internet at all must have a domain name. So it is the domain name that we now use to recognize them. And each of these domain names are priced differently. For instance, .com domain is priced higher than .ng. So if you go to a platform where you want to purchase all these domain names and you want to purchase something like toniostech.com, the price is going to be higher than toniostech.ng or toniostech.xyz or toniostech. There are a lot of these domains online there, so they are priced differently depending on their value. So for Pi now to now be getting their own domain, the pricing might also be high, and this pricing is due to their reputation. So they are worth more than each other because of the reputation that they've been able to build for themselves. A lot of other factors contribute to this, but let's just stick with the basics, and I'm going to explain to you how this can be beneficial to you, or if it is worth it or not. So for this information, all you simply want to do is to open up your Pi app. Once your Pi app opens up, you are going to see on this your screen here, you can see this .pi domain auction, and let's click on it to see the details of what Pi themselves have to say concerning this. So once the page loads up, you can see the first thing that is displaying here is the eligibility, and by eligibility they means people that can participate, and according to them, they say the entire community and any individual that is able to acquire Pi through a centralized exchange, that is SEX. So as you are a community member by mining Pi, you are simply eligible to participate in this, they are auctioning. Or if you are able to buy Pi from an exchange like BitGet or Gate.io, then you are qualified and eligible to participate in this auctioning. Now the duration is, they say the auctioning is starting on the Pi day, which is March 14th, and I think that is about 4 days backward, and will end on Pi today, June 28th, which is 2025. So it is going to last till June 2025. And according to them, individual domain auctions for specific domain name will be extended if there are new bids within 24 hours prior to the end of domain auction. Now, to quit reading all this long text, let me explain to you what this auctioning means. I'm sure you've probably been to harvest sales in your church program, or you've been to bazaars where they auction for items. They can bring yam, somebody is going to bid 1,000, another person bids 2,000, another person bids 3,000, and then at the end of the day, the highest bidder goes home with it. So that is what they are doing here. So let's say, for instance, I am Tonio's Tech and I want to purchase the domain name toniostech.pi. I'm going to go to this their platform here, and then I'm going to bid, and the minimum bidding is with 10 pi. So I'm going to bid for my domain name, which is toniostech.pi. Now, any other person that is interested in this my name can also come and bid for it, toniostech.pi. But the person now will have to come with something like 12 pi or 11 pi, something higher than mine. Then another person will keep coming, and at the end of the day, which according to them will be June 28th, the domain will finally be given to the highest bidder. And that is what it simply means. Now, according to them, if on that June 28th, somebody comes again and bid, they still have the opportunity to extend it another 24 hours for more people to be able to bid. Basically, they just want to generate income. Like, they want people to put in their Pi, and this will also increase the value of Pi, because as you are sending your Pi to them, they burn it, similar to what Ice Network did. So they keep burning the coins, and then the value of Pi is going to skyrocket over time. So that one is just for the basics there. Now, rules on how to participate. They say pioneers can participate by visiting this website, domains.pynet, which I'm going to visit towards the ending of this video, on the Pi browser, which will guide people to the related products such as the Pi wallet to complete the bid. And according to them, in the auction interface, type the domain you want to use, which I've already told you. I can use something like Tonio's Tech. You can use your name or whatever you want to use. And according to them, I've already explained all of this. Make a bid of 10 pi minimum for the domain. So the highest bidder wins it, and blah blah blah. That is all basically. So I don't want to bore you with reading all of these details, but I'm going to advise you to take your time to read through details and understand what it means. Now, I'm going to explain how this can be beneficial to you, or if you participate or not. But before that, for you to be able to purchase this domain, all you simply have to do is to click on this link. Once I click on it, the next thing I want to do now is to put in my seed phrase here. So once I put in my seed phrase here, they are going to take me to the page where I'll now have to type in my name, detoniostech.py, or you can type in what you want to use. And after doing that, you can now bid, and they're going to charge you directly from your Pi app. And that is basically how it goes. Now, the only benefit to this is, on the internet, for instance, like I've told you, every web application or website must have a domain name and a hosting platform. Now, if I purchase something like toniostech.com, there is no any other person in the whole world again that can purchase toniostech.com. The person must use something like toniostech1.com, toniostech2.com, or something different, but it cannot be exactly the same. So let's say, for instance, Amazon.com. Amazon is a very big company right now. But let's say before Amazon created itself, or before Amazon came about, somebody has already purchased a domain called Amazon.com. Now, the owner of Amazon now wants to also use that domain called Amazon.com, and he wants to purchase it at all costs. He does not want to use something like Amazon.1.2 or whatever. He will now have to go and meet the person that purchased that domain, and probably the time the person purchased, maybe the person purchased for $2, $5, or even less. He will have to meet the person, and the person will charge. The person can even charge as high as $1,000 or even $20K just to sell that domain to him. Why? Because the domain is important to him. So it is more like securing your space on the internet, and as such, you can either use it to create and market your product, or you can sell it to people that want to use it online, that need it for something important. But here is a catch. After purchasing this domain, you have to be maintaining it. There's a monthly maintenance. You have to pay monthly maintenance for the domain name. That is for you to keep it. If you are not able to pay to keep it, they will collect it from you and give it to another person. And you also have to be paying for your hosting. Hosting is just simply where your files are. Let's say, for instance, I build a website on my laptop right now. I'm the only person that can view this website. So I need two things, a domain name and a hosting. And after I purchase a domain name and I give you my domain name, which is toniostech.com, you click on it, you need to view the contents that are on my page, where those contents are. Let's say, for instance, my files app on my laptop is where the contents are, but I need to put the content on the internet. So I need a hosting platform. I also have to be paying people that are going to host that my files, so that when people are visiting toniostech.com, they'll be able to see those files. So as such, you're going to be paying monthly maintenance for keeping the domain name, and you're also going to be paying monthly maintenance for the hosting name. So if in the future you now have a bright idea and you want to use this domain for something, or even if you have the bright idea now and you want to use it for something, you will now be able to. Or if you get lucky enough and somebody that is desperate and needs the domain name wants to purchase it from you, then voila, you get something big from it. But other than that, I am not seeing any other benefit to participating in this Pi domain auctioning. And for the fact that they are even charging 10 pi, and then you have to be paying monthly or yearly maintenance and the likes, I don't really see any benefit in this for me. But from what I've explained so far, I'm sure by now you should know whether it is beneficial to you or not. And that is basically it. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel and turn on the bell icon to get notifications whenever we upload a new video like this.